Can you imagine being invited to an event where you have to build the entire arena that you compete in and ultimately are judged on? Well, if you get invited to this event, then that's exactly what's asked of you.
Welcome to the most progressive mountain bike competition in the world.
He goes for the 360, he's officially off the charts. Wow, Brett Reader.
Well, this is Red Bull Rampage, the pinnacle freeride mountain bike event, which requires its 18 participants to dig the line that they'll ride in finals. The rules here are simple. Each rider gets a team of 2 diggers, some basic hand tools, 75 sandbags that are empty, you've got to fill them yourself, in 31-degree heat in a bone-dry desert with only 10 days to build an entire line to showcase your best riding, your biggest tricks, and hopefully, just maybe, you'll land yourself on the most prestigious freeride mountain bike podium there is. Let's go check it out. How insignificant am I stood here? This is by far the biggest drop, vertically and just in general, that I've seen. It's astronomical. I keep putting myself in the shoes of the guys digging, and they're spending 2 days up here. I just can't see how it's a comfortable place to work. It's as dangerous to build this as it is to ride. We're at the top of Shimon Godziek's line, and he's spotted this rock formation, which in years gone by has gone unnoticed. Everyone's ignored this and ridden round it. Shimon thinks he can jump onto it from this really exposed ridgeline. I mean, we've got cliffs both sides. It's insane to even look at. But the consequence of wanting to do that is him and his dig crew are going to now sacrifice 2 days of a 10-day slot dedicated to making this rideable, levelling it off, making it safe. It's never going to be safe. But they all have to believe in him, believe in his skill, and say, yes, sir, we'll spend 2 days making this rock rideable. Do all the guys building it think it's possible?
I am pretty sure it's gonna happen.
And then will you let other riders use it, even though you built it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm a nice guy, I let the other.
See, not everybody's like you. But then not everyone would jump from here to there, so each to their own. We've got rakes, buckets up there, it's all hand tools. I don't know what you'd call that. I'd say that's custom. Somewhat medieval, looks like a garage build. Very heavy, entirely pointless. Looks hard work to me. G's Drop's been raising a lot of eyebrows this week, so we're going to measure it, because we've heard people saying it's the biggest drop ever. So we're going to chuck a tape off and actually see what this sucker measures in at. Put the tape on like a realistic point where he's going to be okay to land. About there, yeah? It's 20 metres. I've never seen a 20-metre drop. That's horrendous. That's awful. That's 20 metres, which is over 60 feet. As far as my knowledge goes, that is the biggest drop we've had at Rampage. Correct me if I'm wrong. But G Atherton is brewing up something pretty big here. Am I done here? Can I get off this cliff now? Cheers. We've had a look at your massive drop, biggest one on the course we've seen by far. Is that something you wanted to find on the hill? Were you seeking something that gnarly, or did it just kind of speak to you?
Because it's the second year here, there are lines everywhere. So we were just trying to move away from that. And it took us to this side of the mountain, and then we were working our way down. We stumbled on that drop. A gap is always nicer to do, but we found it and it looked cool, and now we've built it, it looks enormous, but I think it should work.
No one else thinks it looks cool. It looks hideous to everyone else, so fair play to you.
And that's almost made it worse,
Yeah.
you know, by other people coming and looking at it and their reactions. You know, we were quite chilled about it to start with, and now I'm terrified.
Well, you've been away 10 years. You're clearly back to make a big impression, so good luck, mate.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Cheers.
Another brand new feature, the Canyon Gap, that Brendog's team have built. We're going to measure it. We must be the first to measure this thing, right? We're doing it for the people. So, to the sweet spot. Ready? 1880. Can you believe that? Nearly 19 metres, again, that's 60 foot. The word exposure gets thrown around so much at Rampage, but nothing screams that word louder than a canyon gap. You're jumping such an insane void. If you fall in the middle, like, we don't need to talk about what the outcome is. But the thing that stands out for me here is that there's 3 guys that have built that, okay, and only one of them will ride it. And that kind of represents how it's such a group responsibility to make a feature work, to make sure the speed's going to work, that the takeoff's the right angle, the landing's in the right place. Because he has to clear that, but it's been all of them, their contributed time and effort, that's going to decide whether it works or not. And that's a really crazy dynamic that I guess only really Rampage has. We're in the heart of Brendan Fairclough's line. He's always been renowned for doing canyon gaps at Rampage, and yet he's back again doing the exact same thing. Bren, how and why have you found yourself on the edge of a cliff staring at another canyon?
Why is a good question. This rolling's way harder than...
What met the eye?
Yeah. But we're here. I didn't think I was going to come back to Rampage after 19. I was pretty stoked on that. But we're back and we're going to put our stamp in the mountain again and jump over this ginormous canyon. So that's the plan.
You're back for good reason then?
Yeah, hopefully we can put on a good show.
It's
Yeah.
a whopper.
Thank you. No one's ever said that to me.
Ollie, how are you going to feel when Brendan arrives with his bike and has to hit this? Act confident, or is there so much unknown?
I'm just trying to make this bit as fast as physically possible.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of confident that he can make a run-in as fast as a run-in can be. I think that's it really, that's all we got.
Yeah. Speed is everything, isn't it, for a canyon? You can't go too big.
You know we got it on lock. We gotta grind to the top. I mean, we made it this far. I'm thinking, why would I stop? Hey, I'm feeling like a champion. Blood, sweat, and tears. Let that be the anthem then.
You've seen firsthand that these dig days are so crucial for the dig crews and the riders, but it's only going to heat up more when they have to hit this stuff for the first time. I think there's so much unknown and so much kind of peril around testing all of these massive gaps. Some of them look impossible to me, but I can't wait to see them be ridden. And you can watch everyone put down the run of their life and put it all on the line on Friday the 13th on ESPN Plus and Red Bull TV. Don't miss it, it's a hell of a show.